And now we've reached our last Franchise Friday Frights. Now, this is a brand new show. If you hadn't watched the first two of these, let me try to explain very quickly what this is. It's a brand new show that I'm bringing you guys. And basically, I was going to keep this for Horror Month, but something else has come up for Horror Month that we're doing. It's going to be very special. It's going to be very cool. I can't wait to do it. So I just didn't want these horror films to be floating out there. So I came up with a brand new idea, a brand new show to showcase horror films every Friday. So that's what this was. I think it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. So let's get right into the last of the Wolf Creek, for now anyway, franchise with the Wolf Creek TV series. And I am continuing the Wolf Creek franchise this month. And if you haven't watched the first one, you haven't watched the second one, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But there is a series of movies called Wolf Creek. And I got the second one here, I got the first one here on Blu-ray, and I loved the first two films. I thought they were outstanding. So recently I ended up subscribing to a channel called Shudder. And Shudder is a all horror channel. It has all horror movies, classic horror movies, new horror movies, and actually has some really cool documentaries on there that are not on anything else. And I might try to bring those to you this month as well if I have a chance to get those watched. And the reason I got Shudder was because the Creepshow series is coming to Shudder. And I am a huge Creepshow fan, and if you watched all of our reviews we did, I think it was 2 years ago now, we reviewed the first one, the second one, the third one, the soundtrack, the comic. We reviewed everything there was to review for Creepshow last year, or 2 years ago. I keep saying last year. So yeah, huge Creepshow fan, and that was the reason why I got Shudder. But when I was on there, I found out there was a Wolf Creek TV series, and I'm like, when did this happen exactly? I had never heard of a Wolf Creek TV series. So I got pretty excited, because as much as I love these movies, I was like, oh man, should be pretty good. But how can they make a TV series out of two movies? So when a show is only 6 episodes, it has to bring it. And it has to bring it big. It has to bring it in every episode. It really does. I mean, it needs it to hit you right over the head in episode 1 and continue all the way through episode 6 when you only got 6 episodes of this. But after watching it, I can kind of see why it was only 6 episodes. The serial killer returns as Mick Taylor, and of course, who else would they ever get to to play him but this John Jarrett? Now, and again, if you haven't watched my other reviews, John Jarrett is an amazing actor. He's so good in these movies. He should be up there with Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Jason. He should be in that category as one great serial killer. One of the best I've seen, because he is a real person. He's not a dream, and he's not hiding behind a mask, and he's just a real person out there in the outback killing people. So this actually starts with a family going out to the outback just like the other movies did. But this one is actually a family. It's the husband, the wife, and 2 kids are going into the outback. The daughter had gotten addicted to drugs, apparently. So they were taking her out there for a vacation, sort of to, I guess, unwind and get her off of drugs. I don't know. But that was how it started. And the first 30, 40 minutes of the first episode, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Because the acting from the parents weren't all that great. They were okay. They weren't really that and it was one of those things you're watching, you're like, okay, I can see why this is a TV series. They're gonna ruin Wolf Creek here. Here we go. This is it. Until Mick shows up, and then he's around, the camper, and they invite him to by campfire and stuff. And by this time, if you don't know who Mick Taylor is in the film, it's like, okay, it'd be interesting watching this movie and not knowing who he is, because he is so good at becoming evil instantly. He'll be joking with you and be all like, oh hey, and then he'll just turn it off, and he just stares at you, and he has that evil look at him in his eye, and it's like, he's amazing doing that. And I'm not going to give too many spoilers away here for the series, because it's only 6 episodes, but I'm going to at least tell you what the plot is to see if you are interested in watching it. Right at the beginning of it, he ends up, and again, this is 15 minutes into the movie, into the series, 15, 20 minutes into the first episode, Mick Taylor kills everybody, kills the whole family. And the first thing he does is slits the father's throat and all this CG blood starts pouring out, and that really got to me. I was like, oh my god, really? This is why it's a TV series? I was like, no, no, no. The first two movies had such great practical effects, and now we're getting slit throat CG blood. I was like, really? Really? So Mick thinks he kills the whole entire family, but he leaves the daughter alive. So that becomes the plot of the series, is she ends up trying to find him. She's going after him because he killed her family. So she's going around the outback sort of as like a detective looking for him. I gotta say, the quality of the filmmaking here was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It's not as good as the movies, but the sheer quality of the clearness and the crispness of the video, it looked like it was 4K. It was so clear and so amazing. You could see like every grain of sand out there in the outback. And the outback, again, is a major part of this series. Just like the first one, like the second one, it's part of the series. And the scenery out there, they're showing the sun rising up over the horizon and all the dunes and all the stuff. It's unbelievable looking. It's like as soon as I watch this, I'm like, man, I really want to go to Australia now. It looks like an amazing place. It really does. Even if Mick Taylor's out there, I still would like to go check it out. So this girl ends up becoming sort of a vigilante. She's going after Mick Taylor. And once that actually story kicks into it, it becomes a good series. For me, after watching the first episode, I kind of had to push myself really to watch the second episode, because I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to see where this series is going to go. So watched the second episode, and it was a little bit better than the first episode. And then by the third episode, that's when it got me. The third episode to the end was really great. Every episode, 3, 4, 5, and 6 was really entertaining. It was really good. However, the acting is still so-so. I mean, they do get better as the series goes on. There's a cop in it as well who's trying to solve the case of the murders out there, and he's okay. The main woman, she's okay too. I don't think she's fantastic or anything, but she's okay. However, Mick Taylor in this still is fantastic. John Jarrett just brings so much to this character, and that's why you're watching the show, is to see him, basically. I mean, it's like watching a Friday the 13th movie. You're going to see a Friday the 13th movie to watch Jason, or you're watching a Nightmare movie to watch Freddy, because you don't really care about the other people in the movie, and that's sort of what Wolf Creek is. You're watching it for John Jarrett. You're watching it for his character, Mick Taylor, because he is so freaking cool. And make no mistake, he's great in the series. It's well worth watching because of John Jarrett in the series. And like I said, it does get good. If you can get past the first couple episodes, you'll get hooked. It gets really good. Once she starts going after him and trying to hunt him down, it becomes a good series. It really does. And it surprised me, because I thought I was going to just hate it. I really did. I thought I was just going to not like it. It was one of those, okay, well, he's sold out and they're going to make, a series out of it, and they're not going to make any more movies because now they got the series, and I don't know if they're going to make any more movies. Probably not, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed Wolf Creek the series. Even though I didn't think I would, in the end, I really did. I thought it was really good. So Wolf Creek, the series, gets a... If you enjoyed the movies, you will enjoy the series. Like I said, it takes a little while to get the steam up, to get rolling, but once it does, it's a really, really good series all the way to the end, and the end of it is really good too. I mean, it ends really well. Even though it doesn't start that well, it ends really well. So stick with it. You will really enjoy it, I think, if you like Mick Taylor or John Jarrett. And so I'm like, well, is there a season 2 coming out? So apparently there is, and I think it's already made. I got on Amazon and they're selling it, but I think it's only in Australia now. So hopefully Shudder gets the second season of it so I can see a second season of the show. I don't know how many seasons there's going to be. I mean, if they're going to keep continuing it, or if they're going to make a Wolf Creek 3 movie, or just continuing this. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm just glad they are continuing the series, because it's a really good series. Alright, so there was the Wolf Creek TV series. I hope all of you maniacs out there enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Friday Night Frights. If you do, please let me know in the comment section below. Franchise Fridays is not going away. It will be returning at some point. So this is just a special Franchise Friday for horror films. And actually, I recorded a series of horror films. Believe it or not, I think it was almost 2 years ago, and I never posted it. So that actually might be the next Franchise Friday. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes things happen when we're recording, and I actually recorded every one of the movies in a franchise, and I just never got around to editing it. So, yeah, that might be the next Franchise Friday Frights. So if you enjoyed this, please let us know in the comment section below. If you want to see more Franchise Friday Frights, please let us know too. And if you want to become one of our maniacs here on the channel, it's very simple. Hit subscribe, then hit that little bell to let us know that you want to see more videos, and it will come up and let you know when we post something, especially for this. So there it is, a brand new show here on Box Office Maniacs. Again, I love all my maniacs out there. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time on Franchise Friday Frights.